Let's go ahead and get started. So welcome to the NAMIC-Virginia annual membership meeting. We are super excited to share with you all the updates of the things that we've done in 2021 and what you can expect to see in 2022. So get ready, start taking some notes, and we hope to see you all there on some of the things that we share. The agenda is listed for you today. We'll have Azariah open us up with some opening remarks. I'll go over a year in review. Drew will give us all a financial overview. Tony will talk a little bit about our programming. Derek will get into the marketing and logistics for the chapter. Veronica will give us an update on our membership and plans for recruitment. And then we will have a Q&A and a raffle. You know, NAMIC-Virginia always has a raffle in place. So just get ready. So you got to stick around to the end in order to participate. And then we'll have Azariah close us out for the meeting. So Azariah?
Sure. So welcome, everyone. So I wanted to just do a quick overview of our mission, and then we're going to talk about some other things in a couple minutes I have with you all. So those of you who are new, and then those of you who might not be new but don't remember, the NAMIC mission is to educate, empower, and advocate in the communication industry. NAMIC-Virginia was founded in 1980. It's a premier organization. Again, we educate, advocate, and empower multi-ethnic, I can never get that right, ethnic diversity and communication industry. So our success is from our ability to provide resources that allow our members to cultivate this industry in the career for career-wise. Next slide. Yeah, let's go talk to the next slide. So what we stand for. So we have a commitment to diversity and inclusion in the workplace for our communities. We're an advocate to support and champion within our industry. We create opportunities. We develop. We'll talk about that in a second here, some of the development programs that we have. We celebrate achievements, empowerment, and respectful for all people, regardless of your race, ethnic, color, creed, or national origin. Next slide. So let's talk about the GEO. So NAMIC has 18 chapters, and we are located in the Virginia Hampton Roads chapter. There are chapters all around. So as you can see, you got Detroit, you got New England, you got New York. We have Philadelphia. We actually have 2 locations in Philadelphia. We have, Pennsylvania. Let's not say Philadelphia. We have Philadelphia, and then we have West Pennsylvania area. We're all the way over to San Francisco. And then we have our South Florida NAMIC team. So as you can see, we have 18 chapters across the US, and we all have a great relationship. We just had our NAMIC all hands meeting last month. Oh yeah, it was last month, and it was a great turnout, great conversation, and just talked about what we look forward to doing for 2022. Next slide. So when I first started, I talked about opportunities that we have. So NAMIC has a mentorship program that the components really talk about leadership development, identifying your competencies, like what are you good at? Where are your weaknesses at? Setting goals and planning assistance, personal and professional transformation. That's a big one. And they give you some tools to help you be successful. This is a 1 day per month program, and it's an hour meeting. So if anyone is interested in that, just let us know. Or if you've been in this program before and want to share some feedback in the chat, please share. Next slide, guys. Gail. So they also have a leadership development program. And this one is really, it gives you direct access to national board of directors, so they can give you feedback on leadership development. We talk about accelerated career development. Develop your own brand, which is extremely important. And then you have the opportunity to host, moderate, and participate in the industry panels that NAMIC has. So if you are interested in the leadership development program, going out to the NAMIC website, we'll get that website in the chat for you, and look around at some of the programs that we have out there for you all to go ahead and to submit an application for. Next slide, Gail. So let's talk about our membership group. So the membership groups are created around shared interests, knowledge, and expertise. Now, what I will tell you is that we have four basically pillars here: inclusion, strategy, programming, and marketing communication. And so you'll see the bullets are there. So I don't want to go detail for detail, but this offers additional benefits for NAMIC members. You have access to subject specific information, and which is important, right? So this is what I know that I want to learn about, that I want to be involved in. So specific to what I want to do. So that's extremely important. And it also provides you with a network of peers that can be really helpful to your career. So again, all this information is out for you out there on the NAMIC website. We'll go ahead and get that out there for you to look around. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. And then I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to Lakysha so she can give us a year recap.
Absolutely. So as you can see from the title, Can't Stop, Won't Stop. NAMIC-Virginia will always make sure that we provide content regardless to what's going on in the world, because we know that you rely on us to be there for you in moments where you might need leadership, you might need development, you might need just fun. And so we are going to make sure that that motto stands true to who we are. We maintained a dedicated and passionate board and committee chairs for the year. Our board and our committee chairs, they did not stop the work. We found ways to support each other. We found ways to ensure that the members stayed connected with us. And we could not have done what we did through 2021 without the leadership on our board and through our committee chairs. So throw some hand claps in the chat for our board and our committee chairs, because they make sure that all of the things we do continue to be done. Shout out to Takanya Hammond, who was our membership and recruitment chair, who passed the baton to Veronica Quick, who's on the call today, and Vanya Aline, who also passed the baton to Azariah as vice president. And their dedication and efforts to the chapter, again, allowed us to do all of the things that we were able to do. So shout out to them. If you know them, please send a thanks to them as a member of this chapter if you're a member. We didn't let COVID-19 stop us either, right? So we did a lot of soul searching. We did a lot of reviewing feedback that we received, interacting with some of you on this call to get some feedback from you on what should we be bringing to you that you would enjoy, that you would find value in. Let me tell you something. In 2021, we held 32 virtual events. Hand clap. Let's get some hand claps for that. 32 events. And that took a lot of effort from our committee leads, our committee members who are on this call also supporting this event. So we also increased our social media presence, and Derek is going to get into a little bit of what that meant for our chapter. We volunteered in the community. Tony will share a couple of the events that we did with some of the organizations that we partnered with, because we know from you all and your feedback that it's important that we engage with our community. Otherwise, why are we here, right? We're here to ensure that our community also feels supported. And guess what, y'all? We're working on an in-person event. Can we get some hand claps in the chat too? We are looking forward to seeing your smiling faces and pulling together a networking event where we can get together and just reminisce, but also put names to faces for some of our new members so that we can engage and just be around each other. We maintain strong partnerships with many of the organizations, and we'll show you a few of those in a minute, where our focus for 2021 was around education, which means how do we educate you on our industry? How do we educate you on development areas where you can strengthen your development and how you lead your teams or how you are an employee on some of your teams. We also, as I mentioned, we put a focus to community engagement because we knew that was important to you all as well. Some of our events, we shared personal stories. You got to meet some of the people that you interact with on a daily basis. And you got to meet some new people in our industry that are making waves and making sure that our industry is in the forefront. And then we engage with our members with some of the fun activities that we did throughout the year. So we hope that you all enjoyed everything that we pulled together for 2021. And in the chat, if you've attended some of our events last year and they were memorable to you, please put it in the chat so we know that it had an impact on how you felt about the interaction. Next slide. Here is your NAMIC-Virginia team. You have the board. I am the immediate past president. Yes, we are looking for a president. So if you have aspirations to be a president, reach out. I'll share some information with you. In addition to that, we have Drew, who is our treasurer. He keeps our money straight, so our money's not funny. So Drew, thank you so much for helping to ensure that we are budget friendly, that we are maintaining the funds so that we can do all the things we want to do. Gail, our secretary, the notes, the meeting notes, keeping everything together, making sure we're meeting our deadlines on things that we want to do for these events. Gail keeps us on track. Thank you, Gail. And Azariah, our vice president. For those of you that know Azariah, you know she has a lot of connections. And Azariah has been instrumental in helping the chapter forge new relationships, but also some of her creative thinking in terms of what we bring to you all has come from her expertise and her insight. So Azariah, thank you for your efforts. The chairs, OMG, Derek and his marketing and logistics committee, they keep our social medias popping. I know you all have seen some of the posts that we've been doing, and it is all because of his leadership and the leadership of his team. In addition to that, the emails that you get, the invites that you see when we are hosting an event, all of that comes through. The newsletter, hope you're reading it because we put a lot of effort and energy into making sure you're in the know. Derek, thank you to you and your team for all that you do. Veronica, although very new in the role as the membership and recruitment chair, already making waves, already identifying ways that we can engage with you all better and also be out in the public more so we can bring on new members and share who we are as a chapter. And Tony makes sure that when we come up with these crazy ideas or these events that we want to host, he keeps all of us in line with who is doing what, who is saying what. He meets with us on a regular basis so we know what the calendar looks like, so we're staying on track. And Tony also helps us come up with ideas for the programming content that we offer to you all. So in the chat, again, please let's give a round of applause to our board as well as to the chairs for the NAMIC-Virginia chapter. Next slide. Our advisory council. So JD Myers, Stephanie DeWald, and Kim Voxlin, massive thank you to all three of you, because we know that we can call you at a moment's notice when we're stuck with maybe needing a speaker, when we might need a place to host an event, where we might find that our platform isn't working right and we need some assistance or guidance on how to handle those things. We know that we can call on JD, Stephanie, and Kimberly at a moment's notice, and they are there to offer their support and guidance. So we would not be able to do what we do without them. Next slide. We want to thank our corporate sponsors. So Drew's going to share a little bit about our financial update, but it would not be possible for us to do the things we do without our platinum sponsors, which is Cox Communications, Comcast, and HBO, and our silver sponsors, which is the Virginia Cable Telecommunications Association, or what we know as the VCTA, and STARS. So hand clap to our sponsors because they allow us to do the things that we do when we host these events. Next slide. And our partners. So we leveraged a lot of these organizations to bring forward the speakers that you all saw last year in the events that we hosted. We partnered heavily with the Cox Communications ERG groups. As you can see, there are quite a few of them on the screen. The Lotus ERG, the Cox Pride ERG, the Black African American ERG, and we are in the Salute ERG. And we are gearing up to continue that partnership, as well as look to Comcast to see if we can partner with some of their ERGs as well. So thank you to our partners. If you ever interact with any of these organizations, please send a thanks to them for all of the help that they give to the chapter. Next slide. So now I'm going to hand it over to Drew, the money man.
Awesome. Thanks, Lakysha. Really appreciate it. It's so good to be reminded of all the great activity we had last year. So exciting.
Absolutely.
So we are in a great position from a financial standpoint, and similar story to what we had last year, but just wanted to emphasize with everybody just how well we're doing. And all those sponsors and partners we had on the previous pages really make it possible for us. So we have 44,000 cash on hand. Our 2021 results, we had 8,000 come in between our membership income. So thanks to all of our members, and also 2,500 from our sponsors and NAMIC awards from last year. In total, our expenses for the chapter was 7,000. So as we look at how we performed against what we were expecting and how our budget was set, we exceeded our net income goal by $1,500. So great year for us. Continue to have great partners that continue to help us and get us through tough and challenging times. So as you see all those activities we performed last year, we were able to continue to have strong financials so we can keep our chapter going forward into the future. All right, and I get to show everybody our new website. So I just have a couple screenshots on here, but I'd encourage everybody to go out to NAMIC-Virginia.com and check out our new website. We completely changed the look and feel. This is going to really help us as we continue to communicate better with all of our members and try to attract new members and try to attract sponsors. So it's the look and feel and flow is a complete game changer for us. It's going to allow us to again communicate really strongly and hopefully continue to grow our chapter as we move into the future. And I wanted to thank Lakysha, of course, Derek Williams, Stephanie Clark, and Erica Webb, who are really key in helping make that progress possible. We took a lot of input from that group to make it happen. All right, and just looking forward, again, we're in a great position, so I feel great about the future of our chapter. We know that money's important, and we're in a great spot as we look at our financials. Risk and opportunities going forward, Cox has always been our most important partner for the Virginia chapter. So it's great. We have great engagement and great participation from Cox Communications. We'd love to continue to bring in different communication groups from the area to have more engagement with us as well as we continue to grow our chapter. Second point, sponsorships. Again, we've had great sponsorships, and you know, depending on budget situations, we know that there's always a risk there as well. But really, our partners have been so important in keeping us moving forward as a chapter and having good financials over the past few years. And then last point, we are super excited to be planning in-person events, and we'll look forward to seeing everybody. You know, in-person events cost a little bit more than Zoom events, but you know, we're ready to pay for them and we're ready to meet up in person, but we just know that that's going to have an impact on our budget too. But we're ready for it. So looking forward to resuming more in-person events later this year. And again, in a great position financially. And I'm going to hand it off to Tony for the next part of our presentation.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. I'll be discussing the functions of the programming committee and also giving some highlights of some of our events that we hosted in 2021. So the programming committee is responsible for developing the content that we will deliver to our members throughout the year. We also evaluate our content throughout the year to ensure that the content that is being delivered will be effective for our members. And we also need to ensure that it aligns with NAMIC's goals. The programming team must be vigilant on keeping an updated calendar of events. And this is something that allows our entire team to stay on track. One of the most important aspects that I would say of the programming committee is to ensure that we are partnering with the other committees within NAMIC to keep a sustained continuity within our team. Yeah, you can go to the next slide. And these are some of the events that we actually hosted in 2021. So I will actually give you a highlights from some of these, just in case you don't recall. So during Black History Month, we had Putting Your Best Foot Forward. The moderator was Dr. Arrington and the panelist was Glennis Midget. This was a very exciting panel where Glennis was able to speak about her career from her vantage point. Our main event last year, which was our level up event, was a fireside chat, and we partnered with the NCTA and SCTE. And the title of that event was Looking Ahead to All Possibilities. And the moderator was actually Cox's own Tony Stubbs. And then we had two other industry leaders, Michael Powell and Phil McKinney. And this was a very informative panel where we had these industry leaders all in one room and speaking about the future of technology and telecommunications. We also delivered 3 more events where we partnered with the NCTA and SCTE that were outstanding. I just wanted to add. We had Make Money Moves. It was a quarterly series in 2021 with Old Point National Bank. During these events, Cherie Green and team gave our members financial advice, which would help you to just improve your life balance and financial decisions. Our Get Your Hustle On series is where we partnered with the Connect 757. And this is where important steps and entrepreneurial advice was delivered for the members that joined. We had Living with Honor, which was cultivating a life of resiliency. And our moderator for this panel was NAMIC-VA's own Lakysha Laing and NAMIC Denver's John Hatsey. The panelist was Philip Brashear, and he is the son of the late Carl Brashear, which many of you would remember him from the movie of Men of Honor. And during this panel, Philip introduced us to his life and some of the lessons during his life that he learned. We also partnered with the Cox Pride ERG to celebrate Pride Month. And this is where we had DJ Buddy on the turntables. He was really mixing it up, playing some good music. And we also had a lot of fun games for everyone. All right, next slide, please. And this is just to highlight a few more events we had. We had the Green Energy and Tech, and this is where Jeff Merritt, which is also from Cox Communication, he moderated a very intriguing panel where panelists discussed how going green in telecommunications could continue to improve business and also the world that we live in and keep us around. Paint for a Cure, this was an event that we had during Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And it's always important to us to ensure that we're sharing the various resources that exist to prevent this. And lastly, the evolution of customer care. This was moderated by Agnes Adolphine, and she's actually she's in the training department where she led the panelists through a discussion surrounding the future of customer care. Next slide. And for everyone out there that may want to volunteer on the programming committee, I'm always looking for volunteers, new ideas. So if you want to, please just reach out to me. Go to the next slide, yeah. And now I'll hand it off to Derek.
Thanks, Tony. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Derek Williams. I'm actually the committee chair for the NAMIC-Virginia Marketing and Logistics team. Our team is focused on all of the social media communication, email communication, website updates, newsletters, event marketing, prizes. We set up the Zoom platforms. We write and post the recaps for the events, deliver appreciation certificates. We record the participation percentages for the events that we have. We monitor all feedback of the emails that we receive in our inbox and our Gmail. We help plan logistics for the events along with other miscellaneous items for the NAMIC-Virginia chapter. Next slide, please. These are all of the different platforms that we utilize to post content and send out communication to you. We're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Eventbrite, Gmail, Constant Contact, and NAMIC-Virginia.com, which is our website. Also, FYI, if you don't know already, all of our social media platforms can be accessed directly through Linktree. So if you go to Linktree, you follow NAMIC-Virginia, it'll have all of our things that you see up here by one-click post. So it'd be one click to get there. Next slide, please. All right, so this slide basically is talking about our, well, just so you know, we're coming up on our 5-year anniversary, by the way, you all. And so we are excited. We've come a long way since 2017, right?
5
See
years.
back there? Yes, we've come a long way. So originally our goal was just to reach 150 followers on Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn, any one of those platforms. But as you all can see, we have totally blown this goal out of the water, and we still got a little bit of work to do. We would like to continue this momentum by trying to set a personal goal to increase our followers on all platforms on an average of 10% per year if possible. So as of year to date on Facebook, we have a total of 252 followers, And by the end of this year, we're trying to break 277 followers or more. On Twitter, we got 91 followers currently, and we're looking to break 100 on Twitter by the end of this year. On LinkedIn, on the LinkedIn platform, we have a total of 246 followers year to date, and we're looking to achieve 270 followers by the end of this year. On YouTube, we got about 15 followers currently. We don't have many, so we're looking to help get that up. So if you can, please follow us on YouTube, follow NAMIC-Virginia. And then last but not least, on our Eventbrite platform, we actually have a total of 119 followers, and we're looking to get about 130 by the end of the year. So please, if you have not already done so on any of these platforms, let's make a 2020 resolution to do so. Follow us, and you can go ahead and do this today. Go ahead and like and subscribe to us and follow us. We want to continue to grow and expand, and we know with your help, we can do just that. So with all that being said, next slide, please. We are going to have a social media followers contest, you all. So this contest is going to run between now and Friday. So between the 27th and 29th, Friday close of business. So at Friday close of business, we're going to actually close out and tally up the entries for all followers on Monday. And we'll do the raffle on Monday actually and announce 3 winners. So how the contest works, just want to make sure, explain it well. So for each new following, it counts for an entry, a particular entry. So if you see on the screen, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn count for 1, Twitter and Eventbrite count for 2, YouTube counts for 3. Since we don't have that many on YouTube, we want to boost that up. So simple math, I'm just gonna do a simple math question and please put it in the chat. So if you're on Facebook currently and you were to follow us on Instagram and Twitter, how many entries would you receive in the raffle? Between now and Friday, if you did that, how many entries would you receive on the raffle on Monday? You subscribe to Instagram, you're on Facebook, you subscribe to Instagram, and you subscribe to Twitter. So how many would you receive? Yeah, there it is. Yeah, it would be 3. That's correct, because you get 1 for Instagram and you get 2 for Twitter. All right, so seconds, I want to make sure, last math question, this is it. This is going to be pretty easy. Okay, so if let's say you're on Facebook, you're on Instagram already, you got Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Let's say you got all 3 of those, but you subscribe to us on Eventbrite and YouTube. How many entries would you receive in the raffle? You're going to follow us on Eventbrite and YouTube. That's right. It's 5. That's correct. So yeah, so just so you know, each new following equals an entry. The contest runs between now and Friday. Multiple entries are allowed, and we're going to select 3 winners on Monday. Okay, so please, between now and Friday, please follow us on those platforms, and we will see who wins on Monday. So tune and stay tuned for that. Next slide, please. Last but not least, of course, if you're interested in joining NAMIC in our team, on the NAMIC-Virginia Marketing Logistics team, we meet bi-weekly on Tuesdays from 1 p.m. to 1:30. Please feel free to reach out to me at any time. My email's on the screen, and we'd love to have you come on board. We can get you trained up. There is plenty of work to spread around. So if you want something to do, you got some extra free time, we always can find something to do, because there's a lot of things, we got our hands in a lot of things, and we're definitely willing to help coach, train, and get you acclimated to the process if you're looking to join the team. Thank you very much for your time, and now I'll pass it along to my colleague, Veronica.
Hi, everyone. I'm Veronica Quick. And like Lakysha said, I am the membership and recruitment chair. I am new to this role, and I'm ready to hit the ground running. Matter of fact, I've already started. I've recruited all of these wonderful people into my membership team. So I want to thank them very much for letting me recruit them and get their skills and knowledge to help me with this role. So I'm going to go over some of the things that our team does. So if we can go to the next slide. So membership and recruitment, pretty much that's what we do. Our job is to grow and maintain membership within the community and excuse me, different partnerships with people. We are trying to grow our membership in both Hampton Roads and Richmond. So we work closely with the programming committee to coordinate and recruiting events and create awareness for NAMIC-Virginia. So there are a lot of events that we sign up to do. We want to have a membership table there so we can get the information out about NAMIC and recruit new members. We review membership reporting and we send communication welcoming new members and inform members of upcoming renewals. We also solicit volunteer and in-kind opportunities at local career fairs from the local universities and colleges, in addition to the communications and media industry. We also research community events for visibility opportunities for NAMIC-Virginia. So next slide. Currently, our membership year to date is 181 members. Our membership is down from its peak in 2020, so we're looking forward to changing that this year and increasing and hopefully hitting over our 200 mark. Cox employees make up 81% of our total membership. There are currently 140 Cox employees that have lapsed in memberships, so we're hoping that when we send out communication to you, you can go ahead and renew that membership. Next slide. So some of our successes on the membership and recruitment team is we were able to retain 181 active members. We have strong partnerships and collaborations with WIC and VCTA. We currently have 146 Cox members and 31 Comcast members. Some of our challenges in the last 2 years is retaining members in a virtual environment. So not being able to be face-to-face and talk to people and recruit people has led to a little bit of a challenge for our chapter. Reducing lapse memberships. So we need to ask members to renew at the end of their year. We want to make sure that when we send you those emails and you get those emails that you go ahead and renew the membership and stay a member of the chapter. We've had a problem or hard time with establishing connections with colleges and universities in Richmond to grow our Richmond base. We are looking to find different universities and colleges and organizations that we can partner with to grow our Richmond base, and getting volunteers to attend and help identify recruiting opportunities for the chapter. So we will be looking for people to give us ideas and information on people we can partner with so that we can help recruit people and grow the chapter. So next slide. So if you're interested in joining our team, we're looking for individuals with all the skill sets listed: energetic, adaptable, personable, creative thinkers, strong communication skills. Like Derek said, we can train you up. The more people that we have, the more ideas and partnerships that we can get. It'll help us a lot. We have plenty of things that you can do for us. We like to reach out and see if we can get partnerships with people. So if we can have, the more people we know, the more partnerships we can create. So we're definitely looking for people to join our team. Another thing that we do for NAMIC, we do a lot of volunteer events. So we do have a lot of volunteer opportunities. So currently we have a commitment and partnership with Veterans Homefront. And I actually was able to participate in the last event with Veterans Homefront. It was very eye-opening to talk to the veterans. They're homeless veterans, so they're very appreciative of the things that we do when we partner with the Veterans Homefront and reach out to them. So we have that partnership, and we're looking for additional organizations to form partnerships. So if you or someone you know that is part of an organization that would be good to partner with NAMIC, please reach out to us. You can email us, or you can email myself. So you can email me at veronica.quick@cox.com or namicvirginia@gmail.com. And you can email that's to either join NAMIC. If you have any ideas, opportunities, partnerships that we can create, we would love to get those ideas from you. So definitely email us, let us know, and let us know if you're interested. Next slide. So now I think I'm going to be handing it off to Gail.
All right, thank you, Veronica, and thank you everyone for doing a wonderful job. So now is the time where we get to hear from you. We like to interact with you and get feedback from you. So we want to know what type of events inspire or motivate you. And we have a poll that Derek is kind enough to put up for us. So go ahead and take that poll and let us know what you're interested in and what you want to see. And submit that. And then also, if you want to come off mute, or if you want to type in the chat and let us know about any type of events that have inspired you in the past, or that you're interested in having us, throw a panel up for you, let us know. Feel free.
This is Gail. The event that I attended, which was really eye-opening for me, was the homeless event, and also gave me awareness that I didn't know existed in the parking lot like it did. But not only was I able to see it myself, but also it gave me an opportunity to do some walk and get some exercise in too. So I covered two things at once. So that was really nice for me to attend.
Totally agree, Gail, and thank you for that feedback. It was so inspiring. And Derek will tally up those events and share those with us. But while he's doing that, so who would you like to see on a panel this year? Anybody that comes to mind or anyone that you're interested in hearing from? And again, you can either type in the chat or come off mute, and we'd love to hear from you. Anybody? Oh, we've got the event interest poll up. So it looks like we have Boys and Girls Club, volunteer event, the marathon, breast cancer walk, autism walks, and also Stop the Bus with Z104. Thank you so much, Derek, and thank you everyone for your participation on the poll. Anybody interested in sharing who you'd like to see on a panel? Come on, guys, we want to hear from you. All right, well, I'll move on to the next question. So how has being a NAMIC member enhanced your development or your diverse thinking? We'd love for you to share. No takers?
I'll share. Why not? Why not jump in, right? For me
Go ahead,
personally,
Derek.
I think that being a member of NAMIC's helped me develop personally, as far as just being able to network with people I don't know outside of my department, outside of my job function, to get to know people that do different things outside of actually outside of the communications industry. We talk with media professionals from different lines of business, and I think it's really opened my eyes to what's out there, to see, there's more than just more than just Cox, as far as the media. There's a lot of media companies, a lot of media outlets. There's more than just my department. I get to know more people, help them build a network and things like that. So it's helped me just to be able to go outside of my comfort zone and to be able to meet people and just to develop personally and professionally. So definitely appreciate the partnerships we've been able to actually have, and just the events we've been able to do to help expand me as a professional and personally as well. So thank you.
Thank you for sharing. Definitely. It's definitely something that helps you, come out of your comfort zone and getting, comfortable with being uncomfortable. So I second that. All right. So what are some of the challenges that you're facing when you're attempting to volunteer? Anyone like to share? Is it scheduling?
This is Karen Richardson. One of the challenges that I faced when it came to the feeding the homeless, it was like really early in the morning, which I understood when I heard feedback about it being in the parking lot and everything. But my challenge, unfortunately, was getting off at midnight and trying to get up at 4 or 5 to be there by 6.
Gotcha.
And I even heard from a couple of people on my team that they were interested in going, but they had some of the similar conflicts. So if there is opportunities to feed the homeless at any other times of the day or any other, programs, I think that would be good to get others to help, including myself, based on schedule, which I'm sure is going to change here soon, but just to put that out.
Well, thank you for sharing, Karen. I can definitely see how that would be a challenge. And, hopefully with the poll that, you just took, there'll be some other opportunities to partner in the community as well. All right, I'm going to move on to the last question. How are you feeling about returning to in-person events? Is everybody ready? Everybody should be able to come off mute and chime in on this one.
I'm ready.
You ready?
Me
All
too.
right. We're ready too, and we're looking
I'm ready.
forward to it.
For sure.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Tasting. Bring us in for the wine tasting.
Agreed. We don't want to do virtual, right?
I'm with Dan on
Thanks,
that.
Dan. All right. Well, thank you, everyone. If you'd like to add any additional thoughts in the chat, please feel free to do so. But right now, I'm going to go ahead and move along and turn it over to Derek for our raffle and spin the wheel. I'm going to stop sharing, Derek, and give you an opportunity to share. Thank you.
Sure, thanks, Gail. Can everybody see my screen? Okay, here we go. Can you see it now?
Got it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, you see the wheel? Okay.
Yep.
All right, so we got a wheel of names. These are for all participants, of course, minus the board and chairs, but I've got all the names here. I've got them in, I'll put them in alphabetical order, but then I'll shuffle it a couple of times so that, you know, you all know this is just off the cuff. Now, of course, you got to be here to win. So you're not here, you know, unfortunately, you know, your prize will get passed to the next person. Okay, so I'm gonna shuffle it a few times, spin it. First winner is Erica Webb. Erica Webb, who's on my team. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, let's see. Winner, let's see, next person. Or actually at raffle number 2, there's 3 raffles, by the way. Marissa Parks, second winner. Shuffle it around some more and spin it one more time for our third winner. It's Carrie Brinkley, it looks like here. Okay. Are all these people here? Who's here? Are all 3 of them here?
I think everyone's here but Marissa, right? I didn't hear
Marissa's
from
not
Marissa.
here. Okay, then Marissa's, we're gonna have to choose one more person then. So we just got one more. Ann Carter, are you here? No?
Nope,
All right,
she's not on.
Not on? Okay, let's try it again. Lisa Owens, are you here? No? All right, let's try it again. We're gonna get it we're gonna get it eventually. All right, let's see. Carisha Brown, are you here? All right, so that's our third winner. We got 3, you all. Thank you.
Arisha, you still on?
I think is that her in the background? I
She's
guess
there.
so. Is she there? Okay, good. All right,
She's there.
that's 3.
Yep.
Yeah, Casey.
Okay.
All right, sounds good.
Can never find the mute button.
Congrats.
Congrats.
All right. Well, thank you, Derek, and thank you for all the winners. We're going to go ahead and now turn it back over to Azariah for closeout.
All right. So one, we want to thank you all for your support this year. You've been awesome. We are definitely looking forward to our partnership for 2022. I wanted to share with you some upcoming events. So again, we celebrate our 5-year anniversary on May 31st. So congratulations to the NAMIC team. I remember our first event in the office. It was so awesome. And so if you remember that event, maybe we can send an email out to the team, Gail, and say, hey, let's just share some moments from our first event that we threw. I'm sure we got some awesome photos to share. The Veterans Homefront will be June 4th. We'll share more information about that coming. We have Juneteenth in the Park that is going to take place in Norfolk, Virginia. That's going to take place on June 18th from 12 to 5. And then we have the annual Pride event, which is in partnership with the Virginia Pride and the D&I team. And that will be in Norfolk, Virginia, and that is the one for June 25th. There's also, for the first time this year, our Portsmouth Pride Festival. And we don't know what our involvement might be with that one, because that one's going to be a little smaller. But if we are going to help participate in that event, we will let you know. So the biggest of all the events, guys, if you haven't participated or volunteered, will be the Pride event. It's the largest Pride event in Virginia. I've had the pleasure of planning this event for many years. We look forward to returning. So you'll see more of these 4 bullets and any other information we have coming along. So again, thank you for your support. If you have any questions about anything that we shared in today's deck, please reach out to us. We're here to support you all.